So what I'm going to do right now is show you the top 3 areas I would treat when it comes to shoulder issues. The first area would be the pecs, which is the muscle that attaches right here all the way to the front part of the shoulder. Number 2, the lats, which attach from the mid to lower back and attach into the shoulder as well. And number 3 is the posterior cuff. So I would get the infraspinatus and also the teres minor. Let's break it down. What I'm going to be using is a dock and roll, but again, you can use a foam roll or you can use lacrosse balls, or even the rock balls work great with this. So what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to work this side. So I'll place this breastplate right in through here, right on the dock and roll, and then I'll go out towards my shoulder itself. So I'll go down on the dock and roll just like that, keep my arm straight, going all the way towards my shoulder. Then I'll do that again, starting at my sternum, going all the way towards my shoulder, just like that. I can actually keep my elbow bent if I want to, starting at the breastplate, going all the way into my shoulder. If I want to actually hold that down and go up just like this, making sure my elbow is bent at 90 degrees, that'll actually stretch out the pecs a little bit more. So I'll do that again. I'll find the area I want to work on, elbow bent 90 degrees, bring it all the way up so my fist goes up towards the ceiling, holding that position to stretch out the pecs. Keeping my arm straight, I can actually turn my thumb upward towards the ceiling. So I'll start with my thumb down, find the spot that I want to work on, turn my thumb upwards. That's another way that you can stretch out the pecs. So I'll find the tissue, elbow bent, going up, elbow straight, thumb down, then going up. Both of those techniques will stretch out the pecs. After you work on the pecs, then you get the lats. So the lats, latissimus dorsi, actually attaches from the mid to lower back, attaches all the way into the shoulder right next to the pecs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a docker roll. You can use a foam roll if you desire, or you can even use rock balls or lacrosse balls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knee, I'm going to stick the crease of my body right in through here where my arm meets my body, stick that directly on the dock and roll. I'll add a little pressure right in through here, stick my arm out, just kind of probe back and forth. So I'm going down towards my body into the back part a little bit, and then dropping back down to the crease. I'm going back into the back part, then I'm dropping back down into the crease. I can actually keep my arm in this position, extend my elbow out, bring my arm up towards my ear, making sure that my palm is faced up towards the ceiling. That'll stretch out the lats a little bit more. So I'll show that again without my arm in the way. So I'll hold it on the position that I desire, elbow straight, palm up, arm towards the ear, and hold that position to stretch out the lats. So I'll show you another way, back here so you can see. So again, I'm aiming for right here where my arm meets my body, tacking it down right there, finding a position so I can actually lean back into it a little bit to get more of the lats, and probing it, going down and then going back up. I can straighten out my arm, palm up towards the ceiling, arm towards the ear to stretch out the lats just a tad bit more. Play around with it, see what area you need to treat when it comes to the lats. To get the posterior cuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a dock and roll. I'm going to take a knee, just like that. I'm going to place the crease of where my arm and body meet. I'm going to place that directly on the dock and roll. Now, if you look at the dock and roll, it has a nice curve just like that. I'm going to start on the end, so when I lean back with my body, I'll land directly on top of the center, where it really presses into that posterior cuff. So what I'm going to do, again, find that crease, place it on the edge of the dock, and then from there, I'm going to lean back slightly. That should get me right on the posterior cuff. From there, I'm going to just kind of position my body back, hold that. I'm actually supporting my elbow, so my elbow can relax. I'll hold that position. What I can also do is I can bring my arm down just like this and bring it back in this way. When I'm bringing my arm down, that's actually shortening the muscle. When I'm actually bringing it back in, that's actually lengthening the muscle. Making sure that your elbow is bent at 90 degrees when you do this. So what I can do, I can also lean backwards a little bit. So now I'm at different tissue. Same thing, my elbow will be bent at 90 degrees. My fist can go down towards the floor this direction or down towards the floor the opposite direction. Just kind of playing around with it. So again, I'm gonna go on this side so you can see it. I'm going to go right at the crease, so where my body meets my arm, that's the area I'm going to go on. I'm going again to start on the side part of the dock and then lean back so I'm directly on top of the dock. So I'll start right in through here, just like that. Lean back a little bit so I'm directly on the spot I want to be on. I'll support my elbow again. With my elbow bent, I can start inward and then slowly bring it outward and going back in again, doing the exact same motion and bring it back out. I can lean back a little bit more and do the exact same thing going down, backwards, and forwards. Or I can go up a little bit more, so I'm a little bit more on that shoulder blade itself and leaning back and repeating the process. So again, those are the top 3 areas I would work on when it comes to shoulder issues. Number 1, the pecs. Number 2, the lats. And number 3, the posterior cuff. Thanks a lot for joining me.